while we're waiting, I figured I would just talk really quick about a home yoga practice. So I know that for some of you, this may be the first time you've really practiced at home, more so than in a studio or a gym. And sometimes it can be a little tricky, right? It can be a little hard to kind of get in the mindset and switch gears, and, kind of shift your energy. So some of the things that I like to do just to get ready and kind of get my mind in the mindset of practicing yoga, especially because I don't have a dedicated yoga space as much as I would love to have that. So I try to take the space that I have and just make it a little more special and a little more focused on my practice. So like for tonight, you can see that I lit some candles. Full disclosure, they are LED candles. I have burned myself a few times with the regular ones. So I really lit some candles. I personally like crystals, so I put some of those out. I put essential oils on. A couple other things that you can do too, just to set your practice space up, is you can put a picture of a loved one, maybe somebody right now that you're missing that you haven't seen in a while. Another thing you can do is if you have an intention that you're practicing with, you can write it down on a piece of paper and then put it at the top of your mat. So those are just some suggestions, just some special things, again, that you can kind of do just to really get yourself in that zone of wanting to practice in your home space. So with that, awesome. Again, I'm Amy Ralston. Just got a really nice, chill practice planned for us this evening, focused on a lot of heart opening. I know a lot of us are sitting at a computer a lot, kind of hunched over. So we're going to really open all of that up. So with that, let's begin. So just come onto your mat. So you can sit in a nice, comfortable, cross-legged position if you'd like. Or another option would be you can sit on your heels with your feet and your ankles together. Or if Virasana is available to you, you just bring your feet a little wider than your hips. Use your hands just to kind of move your calves out to the side. And then sitting here. So whichever position feels good for you, you just really want to make sure that your spine is nice and tall, right? So stack your vertebrae one on top of the other. And then you can bring your hands to your knees here if you'd like, or you can bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. So just closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall. Just start to soften your shoulders, soften your hips. And just start to let go of all of the things that you did today. Let go of all of the things that you're going to do tomorrow. And just tune in right now, just to notice how you feel, how you're doing. If there's anything that you need. And then if you'd like, set an intention for your practice or dedicate your practice to someone or something. And focusing on the purpose for practicing yoga is one of the things that sets yoga apart from other kinds of stretching and exercise. So a couple of nice, deep, slow breaths here, just letting the day start to melt away. And then gently just start to blink your eyes open. Bring your chin to your chest and just start to roll your head around. So just some nice big circles here. Just releasing any tension in the shoulders. And the next time your chin is at your chest, just switch directions. And the next time your chin is at your chest, just inhale, lift the head up. You're going to take your hands and just place them behind you with your fingers placed facing towards your hips. Press your heart forward. Start to lift your gaze looking up. Press into the hands, press down through the sit bones. Just feel your lungs and your ribs, your chest expanding and opening. Good, and then inhaling, coming up. Good, and then from here we'll just come onto our hands and knees. So wrists are directly beneath the shoulders. Toes are untucked, and we'll just move through some cat-cows. So really drop the belly down, move the shoulders down the back, lift the head, move the chin away from the chest. On your exhale, rounding through your spine here. Pressing through the tips of the fingers, and just moving here at your own pace. Just noticing the different tilts of the pelvis. Noticing where you're feeling the stretch in your body. And then on your exhale, come to neutral. Extend your right arm and your left leg. This is such a great pose, right? We reach through our fingers, press through the heel. So you're using your back muscles here just to kind of lift the arm and the leg and stretching through the whole back side of the body. Really trying to touch opposite walls here. Good, and then bring your hand down, and then you're gonna take your foot and cross it over your leg. So I'm just gonna move a little bit forward here so you can see me. So this back leg here, you're gonna cross and bring it to the right side of your right leg, and you're gonna try to keep your heel over your toes. So this is a new one for me. I just learned this one from my friend Patty. And she teaches at Spring Yoga, it is Thai massage. So try to keep the heel over the toe, press evenly through the hands. I'm gonna see if you can feel a stretch in the hip here. Good, and then gently come back to neutral, and we'll do the other side. Right. So this time, extend your right leg long and lift that left arm. Toes are pointing down. Keep reaching, lengthening here. And just gazing slightly forward of your hands, keeping that extension in the neck. And draw the low belly in and up. Good, and then exhale, bring the left hand down, and then this right foot crosses over the leg, bring the toes to the ground, and then try to keep your heel over your toes. Breathing here, maybe this side feels a little bit different. Even pressure through both of your hands. Try to squeeze your upper inner thighs together, but keep the heel over the toes. Good, and then gently come back through the center, and from here we'll just take a child's pose. So knees become mat distance apart. Then just start to walk your hands forward. And just press your hips back towards your heels. Keep walking the fingers forward just to keep that length in the spine. Deep breathing in and out. Just feel your forehead melting into the earth. And then slowly start to walk your hands back in. We'll come back up to our tabletop position. And from here, you're just going to turn your hands so your fingers face towards your knees. And then start to stretch the wrists out. So just kind of move from one hand to the other, kind of shifting your weight here. You can start to press back through the tips of the hands, press your elbows back. Kind of bending your elbows a little bit here, just getting a nice stretch in the wrists. Good, and then gently release, and we'll come back through the center. Good, so for this next one, we're gonna inhale. We're just gonna do a couple arm circles first. So you're gonna inhale with your left thumb pointing up, bring your arm back behind you, your palm faces the wall, And then just bring your arm through so your thumb is up again. So just do this 2 more times, opening up the shoulders. We'll do 1 more time here. And then now while your arm is behind you, you're just gonna take your left hand and reach for your right hip. And then you're gonna take this left leg back behind you. So roll the chest up towards the sky. Pressing through that left foot. Deep breathing here. You can press into the top of the right foot. Breathing in and out. Good. And exhale, look down. And release that right hand and we'll do the other, or the left hand and we'll do the other side. So right hand comes forward, thumbs up. Reach your arm up and turn your palm towards the wall beside you and then just bring your arm through. Just going nice and slow here. All right, feeling the full range of movement of the shoulder. Good, and on this last one here, you're gonna reach up and stop. Bring your hand towards your left hip. Good, and then just step this right foot back. Roll the chest up towards the sky. Press into your right foot. Deep breathing here. Head and neck are relaxed. See if you can move that right shoulder away from your ear. Good, and then gently look down and release your right arm, bringing it back down to the ground. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So just spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes under, lift the sit bones up. Just going to pedal your feet out here, just stretching through the backs of the legs. And bend your knees deeply, trying to bring the thighs towards the torso. And then lift your hips straight up so you're on the balls of your feet and then gently start to press the heels down. Deep breathing in and out. And then start to look forward and we'll come all the way down to the ground. So you can come down onto your knees here or just lower all the way down. And from here, we're going to come into a Sphinx pose. So you're going to bring your forearms to the ground and your elbows are just going to be slightly in front of your shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and imagine like you're trying to press your heart through your hands. See if you can press your forearms and your elbows into the ground and imagine like you're trying to drag your forearms back towards your ribs. And gazing down the tip of the nose. Good. And gently come down to the ground. Bring your hands up by your face. Just rest on your left cheek. And then inhale, lifting the head up. This time you're going to take your hands and interlace your fingers behind your back. And you're going to lift up here into a locust pose. If this is not comfortable on the shoulders, then you're going to cactus out your arms, bending your elbows wide 90 degrees. Use your inhale and lifting up. So think about squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting up a little bit higher. Breathing slowly and smoothly in and out through the nose. And then exhale, come all the way back down to the ground. Release your hands, bring your hands up by your face and just rest on your other cheek. And then inhale, you're going to lift your head up. And so for this one, I'm going to try to come at an angle here so you can see me. Extend your right arm out to the side like a T, and then maybe just move your hand up towards the top of the mat, maybe like 2 inches. And then this left hand here is going to be bent, or your left elbow is going to be bent, and your hand's going to be by your shoulder. And then you're going to start to lift your left leg and start to roll over towards the side. So just breathing here. Breathing into the chest and the shoulder. And then exhale, release. We'll come back through the center and go ahead and do the other side. So left arm is out, and then just a few inches, walk your hand up towards the top, right elbow bends, and then just start to roll your body over. So kind of rolling, maybe that right foot touches the ground. And just breathing here, noticing if you're feeling the stretch in a different place here. Maybe you feel something in your hips. Good, and then exhale, come back through the center and bring your hands in by your lower ribs. We'll inhale, lift up to a low cobra, maybe an up dog. And then bring your knees down to the ground. You're gonna press back into your puppy dog pose. So your hips stay over the knees, and then walk your hands forward like you do in child's pose. And then slowly start to walk your hands in. And from here, we're gonna come into a low lunge. So from your knees, you can just step your right foot forward and then slowly start to bend here. Bring your hands to your hips, really press the hips forward and down. You can press into the top of this left foot to take any pressure off the knee. And then inhale, float the arms up. So pressing through all four corners of that front foot, really lifting the torso up out of the pelvis. You can bend your elbows wide 90 degrees here. Spread your arms, lifting the chest up, looking up. Then inhale, bringing the arms up. And from here, we're going to take a twist. Bring your left elbow to the outside of this right knee. So hooking your elbow onto your knee here, press the palms together. See if you can lift your torso up away from your thigh. Press your elbow into your leg and your leg into your elbow. Deep breathing here. Good, and then exhale, look down. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, you're gonna bring both hands to the inside of your right leg here, coming into our lizard pose. So walk your foot over towards the side of your mat and turn your toes out about 45 degrees. You can stay here, just kind of breathing here. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. And you start to settle into the pose here. Maybe you sway from side to side. Just kind of breathing into the hip. And then slowly start to walk your hands in. Left hand comes to the ground. You're going to roll to the outer edge of this right foot. Right hand comes to your thigh. Press your hand away, like into your thigh, away from your hip, and look over the shoulder. Deep breaths here. And then look down. And then just start to walk the hands back. And take this right foot and step it over. And we'll come into a lunge on the left side. So step that left foot forward. And then start to press the hips forward and down. Breathing here, just starting to sink into the pose. Inhale, float the arms up. So start to press into the top of the right foot, press through all four corners of the left foot. Breathing. Bend your elbows wide, 90 degrees. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting up through the chest. Maybe you start to lift your gaze. And inhale, bring the arms up, find your twist. So right elbow comes to the outside of that left leg. So hook your elbow to the outside of the leg. Press your palms together here. See if you can lift your torso up off of the leg. Deep twist like you're wringing out a washcloth here. And pressing your hands towards the center of the body. And then look down. Use your inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. And you're going to start to bring your left foot towards the outer edge of your mat. Turn your toes out 45 degrees for our lizard pose. So start to come down onto your forearms. And again, maybe rocking from side to side. Deep breaths in and out. Good, and slowly start to walk the hands in. And then roll to the outer edge of this left foot. Left hand comes to the top of the thigh. And then use your hand to press the thigh away from the body. Look over the shoulder. Good, and then look down. And then just press your hips back. Take your left foot and bring it back. And from here, we'll just look forward, lower all the way down, untuck your toes, and we'll inhale, come up to a low cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. And from here, just drop down onto your knees. So we're just gonna come into a very gentle camel pose here. So bring your knees just slightly wider than the hips. Start to press your hips forward and down. Place your hands on your back like you're trying to put your hands in your back pockets. And then start to squeeze the glutes. Press down through the knees. Keep pressing the hips forward and down. And lifting up through the chest. Imagine there's like a string coming from the center of your chest, drawing it all the way up towards the sky. And keep pressing the hips forward and down. Breathing here. Good, and inhale, coming up. Just go ahead and sit down on your heels. And take a deep breath and exhale. And then we'll lie all the way down onto our backs. Good. And we're going to do reclined pigeon pose. So just go ahead and take your right ankle and bring it to the top of the left thigh. Really flexing your foot here. And then you can bring your hands to your knee. And so start to bring your knee towards your body. So I figured this out one day. I actually feel a much bigger stretch if I do this. But you're always more than welcome to take the traditional stretch, which is where you bring your hands behind your thigh. So just deep breathing here. Completely relax your hips. Relax your jaw. your right hand to the outer edge of your right foot. Extend this left leg long, and you're gonna have that right knee bent and come into this half of a happy baby stretch. So now we're back in that same shape as we were in our lizard pose, just lying on our back. I'm just breathing here, see if you can get the top of the thigh just a little closer to the ground. Keeping that left hip down. And go ahead and release your foot and take your left arm and just draw your right leg across your body, finding a deep twist. Right arm comes to the ground. Maybe you turn your head and look towards your right hand. Use this left hand, just kind of press on the knee and just draw your leg just a little bit closer to the ground. Good, and then go ahead and release and come back to the center, and we'll do the other side. So bend your left knee, bring your ankle towards the top of the right thigh, flex your foot, and then either bring your hands to the top of the knee, or you can interlace your hands behind your leg. And then just breathing here. Relaxing your hips. Just noticing the spots on your body that are making contact with the ground. Maybe feel the back of your head pressing into the ground. And parts of your spine, maybe your shoulders. Just feeling the ground supporting you here. And then gently take your left hand to the outer edge of your left foot. Extend your right leg long. Just bring your foot over to the side. Your knee is bent and knee's just slightly wider than your shoulder. And press the back of the right leg into the ground. Just breathing here. And take your right hand and just bring it to your shin. Draw your leg across your body, finding your twist. Release that left hand, bring it down to the ground. Maybe turn your head and look towards your left hand. And then go ahead and gently release and bring both of your feet to the ground so your feet are about mat distance apart, and then just start to windshield wiper out your legs. So drop your knees over to one side and then to the other. And the next time your knees are over to the left, go ahead and leave them there. Take your left foot, bring your ankle to the outer edge of the right knee. Press down and reach your arms up over your head. Go ahead and gently release. Bring your left foot to the ground. Inhale, bring the knees through center, over towards the other side. Right foot comes to the outer edge of your left knee. Press down, reach to the arms overhead. go ahead and gently release. Bring your knees through the center. Just bring your knees into your chest and hug your knees in, rocking from side to side. And then go ahead and bring your arms out like a T and just extend your legs straight up towards the sky. So flex your feet, press your heels up towards the sky, and just gently start to draw your low belly in and up. See if you can really press your low back flat into the ground. Good, and then gently just bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees drop out to the side. One hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And then bring your palms together and rub your hands together until you feel a little bit of heat. And then you're going to take the heels of your hands and place them over your eyes. It's going to be really nice and soothing, especially if you've been looking at a screen for a while. So just relax your eyes. And then go ahead and gently bring your hands to the outer edges of your knees. And just slowly start to draw your knees together. And then take any other last pose that you would like to take before we take our final resting pose. So maybe that's happy baby for you, whatever you would like. And then I'm going to show you a little modification here that you can do. I know a lot of us don't have props at home. So for your final resting pose, if you would like a little more of a chest or a heart opener, what you can do with your mat is you can just take the edge of your mat and roll it under, I would say about 3 times. So you really don't need much here. But so if you can kind of see how I've done this with my mat, and I'm gonna just put this down. So what I'm gonna do then is lay down on top of it, and this roll part is gonna go right below, kind of at the edge of, of course now you can't see me, at the edge of my scapula. So right at the bottom of your shoulder blades. Let's see, now I got all the candles. This is why we do the LED ones, right? But yeah, so okay, so right here, and then what I'm gonna do is just lie down. Right, so the roll is right at the edge of my shoulder blades. So you can kind of see it, just get this, just this little bit of support here. If this does not feel good on your lower back, then you don't have to do it at all. You can just take your traditional Shavasana where you lie flat on your back. All right. So wherever you're at, if you'd like to, you can also take legs up the wall. And just kind of breathing here. Bring your awareness to your toes and relax your toes. Relax the tops of the feet. Relax the ankles. Relax your shins and your calves. And soften the backs of the knees. Relax the quadriceps and the hamstrings. Relax your hips and belly. Relax your fingers and your thumbs. Relax your wrists. Relax the forearms and upper arms. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Release the back of the neck and soften the jaw. Relax all the muscles in the face as you rest your awareness on the spot between the two eyebrows. Resting in Shavasana. And slowly start to deepen your breathing. Just coming back to normal consciousness. As you start to make small movements to reawaken. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And just bend your knees up one at a time. Slowly rolling to the right side. And just using your arms to press yourself up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, you can have your hands on your knees or together at your heart. And just noticing how you feel now as compared to the beginning of your practice. Noticing feelings of peace and serenity. And holding on to them throughout this evening and the coming days. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives in some way contribute to the happiness and freedom for all. Namaste. Great. Thank you all so much. I hope you are feeling great. Again, really appreciate being able to practice with you. So thank you.